As Nigeria's Ember Month, September to December, unfold, the nation's roads transform into zones of heightened peril, marked by disturbing surge in crashes and catastrophic tanker explosions that leave trails of death, destruction, and grief. These incidents, often preventable, underscore deep-seated challenges in road safety, enforcement, and societal behaviors that demand urgent redress. On the program, we'll be examining the factors fueling this crisis, from hazardous driving practices and dilapidated infrastructure to the lethal allure of scooping fuel from overturned tankers. Managing road crashes in Ember Month we'll be focusing on managing the road crashes in Ember Month on Nigeria Today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ikeria Clinton. Now with me in the studio for this discussion is Corps Commander Honey Ogundayo, Head National Traffic Radio 107.1 FM FRSC Abuja. It's a pleasure to have you in Nigeria Today.
The pleasure is mine. Good evening.
And joining us via Zoom is President, National Association of Road Transport Owners, Yusuf Lawal. Thanks for joining us on Nigeria Today. Also joining us via Zoom is National Chairman, Association of Speed Limiter Vendors and Consultant on Road Safety, Adekunle Alani Oyegoke. You're also welcome to Nigeria Today.
Having me, and I'm happy to be here.
I'll start with you, Andy. You know, the incident that just occurred that, had people scooping fuel from the road. Just tell us a little bit about the incident. It's quite disturbing, and our heart goes to the disease, the family of the disease, and of course the people of the state.
Yes. Good evening once again. Let me start by saying, let me commiserate with the people of Niger State on behalf of the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety, and even Nigerians at large. Because what really happened at Niger State was a national tragedy. Just like the Corps Marshal succinctly put it, it was something that is so disturbing, so heartbreaking, and our hearts go to the families of the deceased, just like you have said. But over time, we have seen that some people in this country, because I cannot say Nigerians, some people, they've refused to learn, because we have seen this not the first time we have seen this kind of an accident of this magnitude, and it's so disturbing, so heartbreaking upon the all that the FRSC is doing, telling people that when you see such an incident, please run as much as your leg can take you away from that place. Don't go there and be scooping fuel. Just like the commercial have said, no amount of fuel, no liter of fuel is worth human life. So in case you see such a crash, please let the emergency workers come there. You just run away, because it's like a bomb. It's like a disaster waiting to happen when a tanker fell and the spilling is content. So we are, in short, I don't know how to put it. It's such a sad case, and we pray that we not see such a thing again.
So Adekunle, we've like Honey rightly said, it's quite disheartening, and of course it's quite unfortunate that every time it's been said that scooping of fuel, when you see a tanker that maybe overturns, is very dangerous, because this substance is highly inflammable. So what do you have to say, to this situation where we still have these attitudes? We see it happening time and time again.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me on the program. And it's really, really disheartening that a lot of Nigerians, when there's maybe when a tanker falls, you see them, trying to scoop fuel because, they want free fuel. or some of them. You'd even see people who are very, very educated, apart from the people who are not as educated as some others. You still see them, trying to, also scoop fuel, forgetting the dangers that can actually come with some of these things. Now, I think the only thing we can keep doing is to keep enlightening and telling people more and more, day by day, that these are the dangers, letting them understand that when you do some of these things and then it explodes, we are losing a lot to the nation, a lot of manpower to the nation, people who could have been, better people, people who could have been maybe future presidents, future honorables, people who could have made a change in the country. We need to let them know that when you do some of these things, you could actually shorten your life, and then the impact you're supposed to make in the society, you will not be able to make those impacts. Apart from the fact that you even leave your loved ones behind. So I think that's just what we can do at the moment with regards to that. But there's really nothing much we can do in terms of maybe you want to enforce or you want to arrest people or you want to chase people. You can't really do that because no matter what you do, they will still go. So we just have to keep talking and letting them understand the danger. Thank you.
Okay, now back to you, Honey. We are talking about the Ember Month, avoiding road crashes in the Ember Month. Okay, we now have the president of National Association of Road Transport Owners, Yusuf Lawal. Welcome to Nigeria today.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening.
Earlier on, we lost you there. So, but talk to us about the situation, about this situation, because oftentimes when these things happen, the drivers, first of all, are blamed for these kinds of crashes. So, can you tell us, talk to us about this? Because oftentimes, like I said earlier, the drivers are being blamed.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity. I want to also commiserate to the government and people of Niger State as well as other Nigerians. This is a very sad moment in in the course of our lives, and we are really very saddened with this development. However, from what we have heard at the scene, yes, accident happened, but after the accident, what happened? Scooping of fuel, which led to fire and eventual loss of lives and properties. Now, coming back to your question, are you with me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Coming back to your question, usually our drivers, that is truck drivers, are usually trained, tested, and trusted before they fly the roads. These days, even we usually have what we call safe to load policy by Federal Road Safety Corps and safe to drive. That is to say, a vehicle load before it loads to be inspected, after it loads to be inspected, then fly the roads. Now, that particular area is a red area as far as our operations is concerned. Why? Because in the last 4 or 5 years, that area has been a flashpoint. I'm talking about Bida, Makwa, Bida, Agaye area. The road has been under construction since the time of late President Buhari, when the Federal Revenue Service and the NNPC team up to bring SOCO in the area. And just about 40 kilometers is outstanding of the road. But that is the area that's giving us serious concern. You see vehicles converge and stay there 4 or 5 days queuing up. And sometimes the drivers used to go even through the farms in order to see if they could pass. So such things happen. And because it's no longer motorable, a lot of accidents happen. I must tell you, in the last 1 week, about 4 or 5 accidents happened in that particular thing. There was a vehicle that had accident with diesel. There was a vehicle that had accident with vegetable oil, and this one that had with petrol. And it is in the course of scooping that the accident happened. Now, when you look at accidents, especially of these tankers, there is very strong correlation between the condition of the road and the accidents. The one that happened in Port Harcourt around LMA, the road was under construction and the drivers were impatient. Everybody was struggling to move. As such, they collided, they had accident. The one that had accident at Lambata, the road is under construction. There was a diversion, and as such, drivers were trying to, go through the diversion. The vehicle, the truck fell, and people scooped. And this one, so there is a very big correlation, like I said, between the condition of the road and the accident. Now, the drivers, when you look at it, the drivers are human beings like me and you and every other person. They mean well, they live well, and they know much more than any other time. They are trained to know that they are carrying highly inflammable product and it will consume their lives, consume the lives of other persons. So they try to be very, very careful. But in a situation where a driver comes through that area and he waited 6, 7 days on queue, no good food, no rest, no sleep, anything can happen. That is why we have been clamoring for a SOCO in that particular area. Now, about a month ago, I personally had to visit Minister of State for Works with the MD of FEMA, and we told him the condition of that particular area. The governor of Niger State has been doing his very best to ensure that the road network in his state are being fixed. But that particular area is a federal road and construction has already been given out. I'm not trying to say that federal government is trying its very best because you see every week there is road approval to be constructed or reconstructed across the country. But the contractors are not helping us. And I'm not surprised that I saw the Minister of Works given some contractors 2 weeks within which to ensure that a particular area in the southeast, a particular road is being attended to. So I would like to also call on them to see how this particular area that is giving us serious concern is attended to. Because already contract has been given and almost 80% of the work has been done. But every day there's a vehicle that will fall, every day. And we are tired of all this.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. We would come back to some of the issues that have been raised. Thank you for your opening remark. Now, back to you, Honey. Let's look at the Ember Months campaign that is already ongoing. Tell us what's going on with the Ember Months. Having heard what Yusuf said there about the situation of the roads and the rest of them.
Yes, I agree with him to some extent concerning the situation of the roads. When we know that these roads are not good, I think the drivers, we should, just like we have been talking to them, is that when you are approaching such roads, you should be patient. And even if the roads are also good, you have to be patient on the road. We have seen cases whereby crashes occur on a very good road. We have seen cases where crashes occur on very bad roads. So patience is the watchword. And concerning the Ember Months, there is this myth that people used to say during Ember Month, crashes used to occur, this and that. There are some maybe agents that are sucking human blood on the road. But we are out to tell them that there's nothing of such. It's because of the high vehicular movement. During this particular period, you see people traveling here and there. And we need to talk to people. And Commercial has put this in place. He has deployed staff, even the special marshals also. They have been deployed, everything in place to make sure that we have a very clean and safe motoring environment for this period, even and beyond. So many things have been put in place for December months.
So before I let you go, how effective has the previous campaigns been?
Okay, thank you. For example, last year, the theme for the year was we were addressing passengers inside vehicles that they should speak out in case the driver is driving recklessly. But this year, the theme is, take responsibility for your safety. Avoid distracted driving. If you decide to take responsibility, I'm also taking responsibility for my safety, because we say road safety is everybody's business. So we all need to take responsibility so that we can do the right thing on the road. Obey the simple rules and regulations guiding the highway. When there is weather change, maybe, okay, it's rainy season. People are saying, the rain is supposed to have gone by now, but rain is still falling. So you cannot be, just driving recklessly, speeding, you know, all those things. Or maybe somebody now, before you drive, you didn't sleep well. Or you've driven for a long time, you don't know that you're supposed to rest. All these things. Or maybe you are distracted when you are driving. Use your phone. Or maybe you are eating, you are playing, you are dancing, you know, all those kind of things. We are advising people, you know, we've been going about, we go to mosque, we go to churches, we go to parks, we go to every, just like today, we were at Suba Park, you know, telling people, enlightening them on the need to stay alive for this particular period and even beyond.
Thank you very much, Honey. We're going to take a short break now. The conversation will continue shortly. Don't go away.
The implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different? We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that are questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that they are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today.
Welcome back. This is still Nigeria Today, and we are looking at avoiding road crashes, in ember months. And I have two gentlemen via Zoom and a lady here in the studio. Now, Adekunle, we've had, of course, we've had Yusuf talk about, some issues there. And also, Honey has also told us what the road safety is doing, the federal road safety is doing to ensure that these crashes are reduced on our highways, on our roads, Of course, you also mentioned we have some challenges, yes, but also we also have to be patient. So to what extent does the human behavior contribute to these crashes on our roads?
Okay. Thank you very much. I would like to say that, human behavior contributes a lot. Let me just say most of the crashes you have is mostly contributed by human behavior. And how? Now, I would tell you that a driver who has been driving for probably 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, not taking rest, just like Alhaji Yusuf said earlier on, he's driving for 5 hours, he's driving for 6 hours, not taking rest, and then he feels that, I can stretch it. I don't want to take rest because I want to meet up with time. I don't want to get late, and I don't want to do a whole lot of things. Now, such people, at the end of the day, they end up probably dozing off or sleeping off on the steering, and then, causing crashes. And, crash is something that can be avoided. That's why it's called a crash. It can't be avoided. It can always be avoided. You see a driver who is telling you that, probably because there's a bad road somewhere, and maybe within 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, there's a bad road, and then he sees the good road. He wants to cover up the minutes he has, left behind. And then he's overspeeding and trying to catch up with time. Human factor can never be overemphasized in causes of crashes, because, like I used to tell people, whenever I go out to talk to people, to talk to drivers, or to, try and enlighten them, I used to tell them that this life does not have duplicates. They agree with me, but at the same time, they tell you, but say time no day. Either a passenger is maybe the driver, or passenger is telling the driver, I get time, I gotta go quick. All those kind of things that naturally shouldn't be are things that you begin to see. And some of these drivers do not even know that it is their right to say, you are hurrying me up, but I'm not going. I'm not going to overspeed because you're in a hurry. Because it is never, wherever you're going to, is not as important as.
Okay, it's like we've lost our Adekunle there. But if we're able to get him later, probably he'll finish what he's saying. So, Yusuf, Yes, you've mentioned that we have some, maybe bad roads here and there. But some of these drivers, your drivers, they know that we have these kinds of roads. But again, just like Honey said, patience. Patience, you see them, they don't really have that. Is there anything you do, like in form of training, to tell these people to be patient when you get to certain kinds of roads, to take it easy, so that we'll not be having situations like the one we had, in Niger State?
Yes, those particular flashpoints are areas of very serious concern, and we used to deploy our boys along the corridor. One, in any case, you need to see the area of the road. You can't just drive anyhow. You have to be driving. It goes slow. It's a track. There is no way you can drive 5, 10 kilometers per hour. You are just vehicle by vehicle, one passing around each other. So there's no space for you to even do any other thing than to just be queuing up quietly and slowly, because there are a lot of vehicles in front of you and in the back of you. And in most cases, you will find that because of the condition of the road, the road will be blocked so that they will move 10 vehicles to come and 10 vehicles to go. Well, that is the condition of the road. That is why we said government has done its very best in giving out the contract. Then, of course, they should go further and ensure all those contractors who are defaulting for whatever reason are brought to book, so that we'll have, better roads. Almost all these areas of concern, contracts already been given, but the work has not been done. And because of that, it's giving us very, very serious concern. That was why I say, look at all those accidents that happened in recent times. They normally happen in a situation where the road is not good. Either there are holes that they are going to fix for the road, or there are overturned, or the road is completely bad. But that particular bit that agri is a very serious, it's a road for that it needs very serious attention. And I believe the governor must have been discussing himself with the Minister of Works in that direction.
Thank you, Yusuf. Now, Honey, just before we go, can you talk to road users, drivers, passengers, passerby, so on the need to stay safe, within this ember period, and of course beyond?
Yes, it's very important. Let me quickly talk about those tanker drivers still, because any tanker driver that is carrying maybe fuel, please, there is this mandatory safety valve that they're supposed to have, so that even if the vehicle upturned, it will not spill its content on the road. So it's important they have that. So just like you are saying, as a road user, please, or maybe a passenger inside a vehicle, please make sure that your driver is not driving recklessly. If the driver is driving recklessly, talk to the driver. Talk to the driver, stop the driver before he kills you. Even the drivers too, we don't want anybody to die on the road. So we are appealing to them to listen, to obey all the rules and regulations guiding the highways. If you are a driver, if you are driving, you are not supposed to be making phone calls. You're supposed to have your fire extinguisher, supposed to make sure that your wipers are working, you have your side mirror. Make sure that you don't overload your vehicle, either with goods or humans. We have seen cases whereby even some drivers, they overload their vehicles with goods and animals and human beings together. So all these things, please, they should desist. And in case they see anything on the road, they should dial 122. That's a toll-free number of the FRSC.
Thank you very much. We had Honey Ogundayo. He's a corps commander, the head National Traffic Radio, 107.1 FM FRSC Abuja. Thank you so much for coming on the program. And of course, we also had the President, National Association of Road Transport Owners, Yusuf Lawal. Thank you very much for coming on the program. And the National Chairman, Association of Speed Limiter Vendors and Consultant on Road Safety, Adekunle Alani Oyegoki. Thank you so much for coming on the program, even though we couldn't get the end of your contribution there. Thank you for being part of the program. I am Eukaria Clinton. Goodbye.